All right, so sit up nice and tall. Okay, sitting, grounding through the sit bones if you're on your sit bones. So really rooting through the earth and then reaching up to the crown of the head. So get the longest spine you can possibly get. And we'll softly close the eyes. And then just start to deepen your breath. Taking the next minute or so to see if you can direct your attention to the breath and only the breath. So long, slow inhales, inhaling through the nose. Long, slow exhales, exiting the nose. Maybe you notice the shoulders kind of come up on the inhale. You can bring them up to the shoulders, or sorry, up to the ears. And then exhale, just let them kind of fall down the back towards each other, finding that lift in the chest, opening of the heart. All right, one more full round of breath. Taking a deep, deep inhale. Biggest inhale of your life. When you think you're done, take another sip of air. Maybe holding it at the top for a second. And exhale, release. Next inhale, we'll sweep the arms up to the sky. And then on the exhale, we're just gonna bring the right hand out to the side, onto the mat or onto the ground. Maybe that forearm can find the ground, reaching up and over with the left fingertips. We'll take a deep breath in on the exhale, just sweep it to the opposite side. Another inhale on the exhale. Let's just bring the hands forward, folding over the knees, working the forehead down. Slowly start to roll back on up. We're gonna bring the hands by the hips and just lean back a little bit. We'll switch the cross of the legs. Let's inhale the arms up one more time. Exhale, bringing it forward. Making sure to get into that other hip.
Flock of birds hovering above, just a flock of birds.
And then we're just gonna slowly roll forward, start to come onto your bellies, letting the legs go long. And then taking the left hand, bringing it to plant on the mat right near your chest. Let the right arm go out to the side, straight out from the shoulder, palm facing down. And then the right ear is gonna come to the mat. We're gonna slowly start to come onto that right hip, bending into that left knee and placing that foot on the other side of that left leg. Maybe pushing into that left hand a little bit more.
Flock of birds hovering above.
Slowly starting to come back onto your bellies.
In a smoke and turn.
Bring that right arm back in, planting that hand. Left arm goes out to the side, straight out from the shoulder, palm facing down. And then starting to come onto that left hip, bending into the right knee.
Look up to the sky. Pray before the dawn. 'Cause they fly away. One minute they arrive, next you know they're gone.
And slowly coming on to the belly. Straightening back into both of those legs. Bringing the hands near the chest. And we're just gonna keep the knees together. Sit the hips back into a child's pose with the knees close. Arms can lay down by the sides for this first one. So just remembering this pose is a resting pose. You can always come down.
Maybe one day I'll fly next to you.
And then we're just gonna reach the palms forward. So we're gonna add a little bit of movement here. And reaching the palms forward, go ahead and take a look up in between the hands. We're gonna come into a baby cobra. So crawl forward, lower those hips, just lift up the chest, and then sit it right back into that child's pose. So on the inhale, we're crawling forward for that baby cobra. On the exhale, sit it back, child's pose. And just move with your own breath here. So inhaling to crawl forward, baby cobra. Exhale, sit it back, child's pose. So do about 2 or 3 more of those. And then once you're done, we'll all meet in that child's pose. We'll reach the palms forward, spread the fingers nice and wide. Start to tuck the toes. And then we're just gonna lift the knees a few inches up off the mat. Hang out right there for just a second. So just the knees are just above a hover, right? Firing up the core, second firing up the legs. And then very, very slowly, we're gonna start to straighten into those legs, shifting the hips up and back. Finding our first downward facing dog. And then once you're up in your downward facing dog, let's check this out. So come up onto the toes, little bend in the knees. And tilt the tailbone up and back. Then you can start to work on straightening back into the legs. I do this every time I do downward facing dog. It helps correct the alignment, keeping that long straight line, keeping that tilt in the tailbone. If you're losing either one of those, you can always put a bend back into the knees. You can take this time to pedal out one leg at a time. Just getting into the back of each hamstring. Reverse downward facing dog. All right, finding some stillness, we're gonna start to walk those hands to the back of the mat and just coming into a forward fold, letting the arms hang heavy, letting the head and the neck relax. You can bend into the knees as much as you need to here. And then maybe sway the upper body from side to side. All right, letting those arms hang heavy. We'll bend into the knees, slowly roll it up one vertebra at a time. Inhaling those arms, sweep them out and up. On the exhale, the hands are going to go out wide and then behind the back, clasping the fingers together, draw those shoulder blades towards each other. Stand up nice and tall, deep breath in. If you want to take it a step further on the exhale, hinge forward. Working those arms up over the head. All right, slowly start to bring it back on up. We'll inhale those arms out and up one more time. On the exhale, we're going to dive forward, back is flat. Release. Inhale to come up for a halfway lift, flat back again. Exhale, we will start to walk those hands top of the mat and then finding a plank position, top of a push-up. Take a deep breath in on the exhale. We're going to come onto the tops of the toes, bend into the elbows, come down chaturanga. Inhale for that upward facing dog. Exhale, hips are going up and back. Downward facing dog. Let's take those feet to the top of the mat. So if you just want to heel toe it this first time. We'll inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse that swan dive. Arms go out wide. Exhale, those hands in front of the heart.
So you say you wanna get
Inhale, sweep the arms up.
We don't need a play.
Exhale, cactus the arms. Do a little back bend.
Take you to a play.
Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale for that halfway lift. Exhale, we fold, bend into the knees, plant those hands, step it back or float it back. And then we've got a vinyasa, so you can lower through chaturanga again if you'd rather do knees, chest, chin. And we all meet in downward facing dog. Alright, on your next inhale, the right leg is going to go up and back. So bend into that knee, pointing up towards the sky, opening up that hip. We're going to do some hip circles here.
Listen to the way you say you wanna get so high. Breathe me in like air tonight.
And we'll switch the direction of those circles. Alright, next inhale, we lengthen, straighten back into that leg. Exhale, start to draw that knee into the chest, rounding into the spine, and we'll drop that foot top of the mat. And then drop that back knee and tuck the toes. Coming up onto that right knee. Alright, check this out. We're going to do find that bind again behind the back, clasping the fingers together. Making sure that right knee's tracking over the right ankle and you're tucking the tailbone, drawing it down towards the mat. Okay, now we're going to come into the half split. If you just want to release the bind, come into the half split. You can do that. If you want to try this balancing act, you can start to straighten into that front leg. And you're working the heart forward, working those hands up. It's really tricky. Making sure you're strong in that left knee. Alright, start to come back on up, release the bind, come back into that low lunge. We're going to sweep the arms up to the sky, and then on the exhale, open them up over to the right. Reaching up and back. The right hand slides down that back thigh, left fingertips reach up. And then bringing that left hand to the inside of that front foot, right arm's going to go to the sky. We'll slowly tuck the toes of that back foot with the knee off the mat. Find that easy twist. Long lines of energy with the arms here. And then take a look down, plant that right hand. Right foot goes back to meet the left. Go ahead and make your way through Vinyasa. And ending in downward facing dog.
I was walking through icy streams that took my breath.
Next, inhale, left leg goes up and back. Bend into that knee.
Moving
Open up that hip if you want to do those hip circles.
water over glacial plains, and I walked off you, and I walked off an old me.
Maybe switching the direction if you're doing the circles.
I thought it was a dream.
And inhale to lengthen, straighten back into that leg. Exhale, we draw the knee in, round into the spine, drop that foot top of the mat. Drop the back knee on top of the toes, then we come up onto that left knee. Again, same thing, left knee tracking over left ankle, tuck that tailbone. Hands behind the back, clasp the fingers, draw the shoulder blades towards each other. And coming into your version of a half split, you can release the bind and just come into it like this. You want to try this. Balancing. Half split, keep the bind. Straight into that front leg. Flex those toes back towards the face. Bring the upper body forward. All right, very slowly start to come back up into that low lunge. We'll release the bind, arms up to the sky on an inhale. On the exhale, arms open up over to the left. And then reaching it up and back. Left hand slides down that back thigh. Right fingertips reach up and back. Bringing that right hand inside that front foot. Left arm reaches up to the sky. All right, long lines of energy with those arms. When you're ready, we tuck the toes of that back, put the knee off the mat. And then bring that left hand down to the mat, left foot goes back to the right, making your way through Vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Next, inhale, right leg goes up and back. Exhale, draw that knee into the chest, round into the spine, drop that foot top of the mat. From here, we're gonna come straight up into a warrior one. So sweep the arms up to the sky, spin down on that back heel. So the idea is to keep those hips forward, right? If you spin down on that back heel and it makes your hips open out to the side, you can always widen the stance between the legs like this, right? So hips forward, you got that nice 90-degree bend in that front knee, arms up to the sky. And then we'll bring the hands behind the back to clasp those fingers again. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Knuckles down towards the mat. Find that lift in the chest. Opening up the heart, make sure you still have that bend in that front knee, hips are still forward.
I'm so glad you understand. Climbing up a mountain.
All right, all together on an inhale, we'll release the bind. Sweep it up, and then exhale, open it up, warrior two. So you may need to make some adjustments with the feet.
But I never thought we'd have so much to take for granted. You never know what you got till it's gone. Guess I never know, cause I know you're my only one.
Coming into a high lunge from here, sweep those arms forward and up.
We used to be kids in the
Come on to the ball of that back foot.
Talking about high hopes and daydreams.
All right, deep breath in here on the exhale, sweep it forward, plant that left hand, find that easy twist, right arm goes up to the sky.
As long as I got your love next to me, I'm better than I used to be.
Coming into a pyramid pose, so we'll take a look down. Bring that right hand down to the mat. The left foot's gonna step up quite a bit. Left toes out more than the heel. Straight back into that front leg. You need to come up on an inhale for a flat back and then come back down on the exhale, folding over that front leg. That right hip back in its socket.
The plane leaves tomorrow, but my heart is already landed. Things didn't go just the way I planned it, but I never thought we'd have so much to take for granted.
All right, little bend into that right knee. We're gonna take the hands to the mat, step both feet to the back of the mat, and then make your way through Vinyasa. Whew. Sorry, I gotta take breaks. Projecting and also doing the poses is hard. All right, we all meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, we bring that knee in, round into the spine, drop that foot top of the mat. Come in straight into your warrior one, so spin down on that back heel. Sweep those arms forward and up. Right toes out more than the heel. You got that 90-degree bend in the front knee, hips forward. Then taking the hands behind the back to cross those fingers again, shoulder blades towards each other. All right, all together on the inhale, release the bind, arms go up. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Now make those adjustments with the feet.
Midnight, driving till my eyes give out.
Coming into that high lunge, sweep the arms forward and up, come onto the ball that back foot.
To your apartment.
Take that deep breath in here on the exhale, we sweep it forward, point the right hand, left arm reaches up.
But it doesn't feel right here without you. It takes me back to windows down in the ocean.
Get pyramid pose. Take that left hand down, right foot steps in, find big toes out more than the heel, we string back into that front leg. Get that left hip back in its socket. You want to come up on an inhale for our flat back. Exhale, fold.
But it's haunting me like a ghost of the summer. I still see midnight drives in summer skin.
Slight bend into that left knee. We'll take both hands to the mat. Both feet to the back of the mat. Make your way through Vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Let's take a short little break. So come to the knees for a child's pose if you need it. If you want to stay in down dog, totally fine. Both resting postures.
Shadows in my apartment. 10 months. I swear I should be fine by now, but it still gives me a head rush when I hear your name. It takes me back to rooftop moonlight silhouettes, purple skies and cigarettes. I'm in
More breaths. Rub your out.
the morning light and all those sleepless nights. I know that it's over, but it's haunting me like a ghost of the summer.
And then we'll meet in downward facing dog if you're not there yet.
Midnight drives in summer skin. The taste of liquor on your lips.
Inhaling that right leg up and back.
Chasing down the morning light.
Let's bend into that knee again. Open up that hip.
Sleepless nights.
And if you have the space and it's in your practice, you can always flip that over, finding wild thing, reaching up and over. Yeah. Those look awesome. I love that. All right, slowly bring it forward. That right foot's gonna come to the top of the mat. We'll drop that foot in between the hands. Come into your warrior one. Sweep the arms forward and up. And then bringing the hands behind the back, finding that bind, drawing those knuckles down. And we've got an opportunity for a humble warrior if you want it here. You can stay just like this for a few breaths if you want a humble warrior. Deep breath in on the exhale. We hinge forward, trying to get that right shoulder inside that right knee. And then the arms are working their way up over the head. Next inhale, bring the upper body on up, release the body. Arms up to the sky on the exhale, warrior two. High lunge, scoop the arms forward and up, come on and ball that back foot. Make those adjustments with the feet. All right, deep breath in here, exhale, sweep it forward, plant that left hand right arm to the sky. We're gonna come into a side plank, so we're gonna come onto the edge of that left foot, grounding into that left hand. The right foot goes to stack on top of left. You can drop that left knee if you wanna help with your balance. All right, slowly bring it forward. We're gonna bring that right foot back to the top of the mat, however you wanna get it there. Bring that right hand down. We're gonna take that left foot up halfway, coming into that pyramid pose, straightening into that front leg, get that right hip back in its socket. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, we fold. All right, this time we're coming into a standing split. So a little bend into that right knee, and that's to launch off back foot. We shoot that leg up towards the sky. Straightening into that right leg. Working that forehead down towards that knee. Maybe challenging your balance, taking one hand to the back of the thigh. Back of the calf. Maybe the other hand comes up. All right, very slowly we drop that foot to the back of the mat. Take those hands to the mat, and then the other foot goes back, making your way through Vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Inhaling that left leg up and back. Let's bend back into that knee, open up that hip. If you have wild thing in your practice, you've got room, flipping it over. Very slowly bringing it back forward, taking that hand to the mat, left foot goes to the top of the mat.
Nobody gets me the way that you get me.
And we've got warrior one. Virabhadrasana one, spin down on that back heel. Scoop those arms up to the sky, keeping those hips forward.
The best and the worst of my last year was all of your fault.
And then bring the hands behind the back, clasp those fingers.
Still can't get over the reason we're over. Why do I get what you did when
All right, staying right here if you want that humble warrior. Deep breath in on the exhale. Hinging forward, left shoulder is working on, finding the inside of that left knee. Arms are going up over the head.
With you, but do I gotta stay when it's bad for me and you? There's a line I cross that I usually cross when I'm not with you.
Okay, inhale, bring it on up. Release the bind. Exhale, warrior two.
What do I gotta lay down? What do I gotta stay now?
Finding your high lunge, so come onto the ball back foot, sweep those arms forward and up. Taking that deep breath in on the exhale, we sweep it forward, plant the right hand, left arm to the sky.
Why do I find myself taking the longer way home? And so the way to your east side apartment.
And grounding into that right hand, we're coming into side plank. Left foot goes back to stack on top of right. Remember, always an option to drop that knee to help with your balance.
What do I gotta lay down with you? What do I gotta stay when it's bad for me and you?
All right, nice and slow. Bring it forward. Left foot comes back to the top of the mat. And then coming into that pyramid pose, so step that back foot in quite a bit.
What do I gotta lay down?
Toes out more than the heel, straighten back into that left leg. Inhale, we come up half, lift, flat back, exhale, fold.
There's a line I cross that I usually cross when I'm not with you. What do I gotta lay down? What do I gotta lay down?
All right, coming into that standing split. So a little bend into that front knee, launch off back foot. Straighten back into that front leg. Straighten into that back leg. Shoot it up a little higher if you can. Working your forehead down. Maybe challenging your balance, taking one hand or two hands on the back of the calf.
What do I gotta lay down? It's all I wanna do. What do I gotta lay down? What do I gotta stay now? There's a line.
All right, slowly that foot goes to the back of the mat. You can bend into that front knee, take the hands to the mat. Both feet back to the mat, make your way through Vinyasa. Meet downward facing dog. One more short little break. So you can come to the knees if you want. You can stay in down dog. This one's a little bit, maybe 30 seconds. A little shorter than the last one.
I drive to the sticks to pick her up. She makes me wait at the gate. We take a moonlight ride, hydroplaning on the ray. She spits out her tangerine, fixes up a smoke, squats beside the ditch and pisses while she tells a joke. Maybe
All right, we'll meet in downward facing dog.
But right now, I just don't know. No, I just don't know. Baby,
We've got one more short little sequence on each side when you're ready to tuck your toes. Shift the hips up and back. If you're not in down dog already, on the inhale, right leg goes up and back. Exhale, draw that knee in. Dropping that foot, top of the mat. Coming up into a high lunge, so sweep the arms forward and up. All right, from here, we're gonna come into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So, the right fingertips are gonna come up in front of that right foot over to the right a little bit. We're gonna open up the left toes to the side. So what we can do is start like this, and then work on opening those left toes. Then we want that left arm to go up to the sky.
Long black satin hair wrapped around my wrist. She whips around and stares me down, and I get the gist. Crumpled cans of grapefruit fizz on the floor in the hot bed. Is jangling like a tambourine.
All right, slowly drop that back foot. Let's find a warrior two. Arms out wide. And then we're coming into a high lunge. So sweep the arms forward and up.
No, I just don't know. Baby, I'll be better on my own. Baby,
You're gonna come into that revolve twist. So deep breath in, exhale, sweep. Plant the left hand, right arm to the sky. All right, feel free to stay just like this. If you want to revolve to warrior two, you'll keep the arms out wide just the way they are. Just lift the upper body on up. All right, revolve, Ardha Chandrasana. So revolve, half moon pose. We bring the left fingertips to the mat, right arm to the sky. Float the back toes off the mat. All right, go ahead and drop those back toes. Bring both hands to the mat. And the right foot can go back to meet the left. Make your way through Vinyasa.
All day and all night. All night and all day.
Meeting in downward facing dog.
Thinking about you, but you're not thinking about me all day and all night. All night and all day.
Inhale, left leg up and back.
And I got so high.
Exhale, we draw the knee into the chest. Drop that foot, top of the mat.
All day and all night.
And we got a high lunge. Sweep the arms forward and up. When you're ready, coming into that half moon pose. Left fingertips are going to go up in front of that foot over to the left. We're opening up those right toes to the side. That right arm reaches up to the sky. Slowly, softly drop that back foot. Warrior two, arms out wide. All right, then we got the high lunge. Sweep the arms forward. Now come onto the ball of that back foot. Deep breath in here. Exhale, sweep and twist. Stay right here if you want that revolved warrior two. Arms stay the way they are. Just lift the upper body on up. And when you're ready, coming into that revolved half move. So back toes float off the mat. Left arm stays up to the sky. Those right fingertips come down. All right, we'll drop that back foot, bring that hand down to the mat. Go ahead and make your way through one more vinyasa. Stepping both feet to the back of the mat. All right, coming to the top of the mat. We're gonna bring those feet to the outside edges of the hands. Toes pointing out more than the heels, and then slowly start to lower those hips. We're gonna take those elbows inside the knees, see if we can press those knees out a little bit. Hands in front of the heart. Just flesh and bone. Oh, just flesh and bone. All right, a few more breaths. See if you can get a little more length in the spine. Maybe sit it up a little more. All right, deep breath in. On the exhale, we'll stand it up, heel toe those feet to each other, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms come out, wide up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. All right, we've got a figure four, so we're gonna take, let's start with grounding into the left foot, and then taking the right ankle, placing it above that left knee. So that knee opens up out to the side, and then the hands can come in front of the heart. And we'll start to bend into that left knee, sitting the hips back. See if you can keep that heart lifted. You should feel a nice stretch in that right hip. You can get down even further, maybe the hands can find the mat. And if you have an arm balance, you know where you're going. You can do that. All right, slowly start to come back on up. Releasing that foot. Shaking out whatever you need to shake out. All right, same thing other side, grounding into that right foot. Left ankle comes above that right knee. Let that left knee open up out to the side. Then we slowly start to bend into that knee, hands in front of the heart. Shifting those hips back. Getting into that left hip, maybe the hands find the mat. All right, slowly start to come back on up, hands in front of the heart, release that foot. Enough of that. All right. Your toes can come to touch or about hips distance apart. We'll inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, we dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold back into it. bend deeply into the knees. Take a seat onto the mat. All right, letting those legs go out long. You need to maybe move the fleshy parts from underneath you to get onto your sit bones. Flex the toes back towards the face. Get that long, straight spine. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're gonna come forward, keep it flat back. Take another inhale. Once you get here, exhale, then we release. Working our hands towards the feet. If that's not working, you can always just take the arms down by the sides of the legs. If you have the feet, work on maybe your inhales lengthening into that spine again. Exhale, then you can pull a little more into it. Start to bring the upper body back on up. We're going to take the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Keeping that right leg long, keeping those right toes flexed. And then work on moving the upper body over that right leg as best you can. And then we'll inhale, arms up. Exhale, same thing, come down with that flat back. Once you get there, another inhale. Then on the exhale, you can fold. All right, if you have more space, you want to take that left hand, grab on the outside of that edge of that right foot, and then you can take the right hand back. And just kind of play around here, getting into the side body here, so maybe taking a look under that left armpit. All right, releasing that foot, upper body comes back on up. Now the left leg goes long, we'll bring that right foot in. Same thing, working the upper body over that left leg, flex those left toes. Inhale, arms up, exhale, we come down, halfway. Flat back, take another inhale, then on the exhale, reaching forward, folding in. All right, staying right here. If you want to take the right hand, grabbing the outside edge of that left foot, kind of drawing in, taking a look under that right shoulder, the right armpit, maybe the left hand comes back by the hip.
Hanging there by a bedroom shelf. She just wants to be like the girls on the television. 'Cause no one ever told her it was okay to
Slowly releasing that foot, bring it back on up. Got one more forward fold, bring the feet, the soles of the feet to touch. So we've got a couple options here. You can bring the feet out a little further from the body to make this big kind of diamond shape. And then come forward. You want to work the feet a little closer. Maybe clasping the fingers around the feet and pressing those knees down. You can sit up nice and tall, stay like this. If you want to fold forward, take a deep breath on the exhale, coming down. relax as those come on up.
You'll remember that you can't forget.
Taking the hands to the knees, guide those knees on up. All right, we're going to bring the knees together. Maybe grab onto the backs of the thighs for a minute, and then we're floating those feet up to get parallel to the ceiling. And then you've got that long, straight spine still. Flat back. If you can, maybe release the thighs, reach the fingertips forward. Keep that flat back, keep that chest lifted. And then maybe work on straightening those legs if you can. All right, very slowly, we're gonna start to extend into those legs, bring the shoulders down. Nice and slow. Lowering those feet, then the shoulders, the head come down. We hug those knees into the chest. Wrapping the arms around the legs. Let's get one little back bend. This is a counter pose, so all those forward folds. Dropping the feet down. Planting them nice and firmly, so reach down where you can barely touch the heels. This is where we want our feet, and then we'll come into bridge, so lifting the hips, walking the shoulder blades in towards each other, clasping the fingers, lifting those hips up a little higher, maybe see if you can relax the glutes here. Keep the head sturdy, steady, looking straight up. Slowly lower those hips. Release the bind.
It's only right that you should play the way you feel it. But listen,
all right, one more. So you can come right back into that bridge if you like. If you want to do a full wheel, you can bring the hands near the ears. Press yourself up into full wheel. Otherwise, hands underneath. Clasp fingers. Lift the hips. Shoulder blades towards each other. Maybe trying something different this time. You can come up onto the toes. You can work on floating one foot up. Just making sure you're strong in that other foot. All right, coming out of whatever pose you're in, releasing those hips down. We'll hug the knees back in the chest one last time. Maybe bringing the forehead up to the knees this time. And release the knees, hit those feet to the mat. We're gonna start to walk those feet to the edges of the mat. And let's just take the arms to open them out wide or cactus. We'll take a deep breath in here. Exhale, drop them to the right. Let's do this a few times. So inhale, back up through center. Exhale, drop it to the left. So do maybe 3 or 4 times each side.
It's only me who wants to wrap around your dreams. And have you any dreams you like to sell? Dreams of loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad. In the stillness of remembrance.
All right, next time the knees fall over to the right. Let's hang out right here for a little bit. Maybe taking a look over the left shoulder. You can take that right ankle, place it onto that left thigh. Kind of drawing it down a little bit.
Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining. And prayers only love you when they're playing. Say women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean.
All right, releasing that ankle. Bring those knees back up through center, dropping it to the left.
Thunder
Maybe take a look over that right shoulder. Take that left ankle on, try to run it back, that feels alright.
Only love you when they're playing. Say women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. You will know. You will.
All right, bring those knees back on up. And finding a happy baby, we'll bring those knees in. Draw the knees apart from each other, reach through, grab the outside edges of the feet. Drawing those feet down so you can keep that low back grounded.
You're a revelation. Won't you liberate me now from a holy bow?
And when you're ready, releasing those feet,
You're a revelation.
letting the legs go long.
I will liberate you now as the walls come.
We'll start to settle into our last pose of class, Shavasana.
It's a rock.
Letting those feet flop out to the sides, closing the eyes.
Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Purnamada Purnamidam Purnata 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 Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate
And start to bring a little movement back into the body. Wiggle into the fingers and the toes, or roll up the wrists and the ankles. Just taking a deeper breath. With those eyes closed, we'll bend into the knees. Listen the soles of the feet on the mat, and then roll onto the right side of your body. You can take that right arm, using it as a pillow. Let's take that left hand, placing it firmly right in front of the heart. Spreading the fingers nice and wide on the mat or on the ground right in front of you. Just taking a moment to finish up your practice. Maybe sealing it with one full round of breath. Coming back to some intention if you set it. Or finding gratitude. Maybe you take this moment to dedicate your practice to someone else. And slowly coming up to that comfortable seated position, keeping the eyes closed. And sit up nice and tall. Next inhale, sweep those arms out and up. Palms come to touch. Start the exhale, bring those hands down. Just for a moment in front of that third eye, space between the eyebrows. So remembering to be mindful. Closing prayer hands in front of the heart, finishing your exhale. Thank you all once again for joining me today. Just share your practice with me and with others. Hope you have a happy Easter, a great rest of your weekend. Into the week, namaste. All right, thanks everybody for joining.